Hi Math 8. Today we are going to take a look at order of operations with fractions. So if you see an equation like the ones below, what is a proper order to tackle an equation like that? The first thing you always have to do is find a common denominator. You need to have the same number on the bottom. So in order to do that, you need to find a common multiple. So look at the first question. We have 5 halves plus 3/4. We need to find a number which 2 and 4 are both a multiple of. Or if you took that number and divided it, you get a whole number, not a decimal. Well, 2 goes into 4, so actually this one isn't too bad. Now, in order to change that 2 into 4, we're going to multiply it by 2. And remember, it's always multiplying the number in order to find the common denominator. Whatever you do to the bottom, you have to do to the top. So again, you're going to multiply the bottom by 2, therefore you multiply the top by 2. 2 times 5 is 10, divided by 2 times 2, which is 4. Good. And the other fraction remains unchanged because we already have 4 at the bottom. Good. We have a common denominator now, so that is good. And then we add the tops and keep the bottom the same. So 10/4 plus 3/4 is equal to 13/4 or 13/4. Okay, now let's take a look at this next one. We have 1/2 minus 2/7. We're looking for a number in which both 2 and 7 divide evenly. Often the easiest way to figure out the common denominator is to multiply the two numbers together. So 2 times 7 is equal to 14. Therefore, 14 is a common denominator, or it will be the common denominator. So we have to multiply 2 by something to make it 14. That'll be 7. What you do to the top, or sorry, to the bottom, you have to do the top. So 7 times 1 is 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Now we have to change the second fraction as well. What do we multiply 7 by to equal 14? Well, we multiply it by 2. What you do to the bottom, you have to do the top. 2 times 2 is 4. 7 times 2 is 14. Now our final step is you subtract the numerators and you keep the denominator the same. Okay, the denominator doesn't change. 7 minus 4 is 3. So your answer is 3/14. Now our last one. Here we have 3/4 plus 1/6. We could find the common denominator like we did before just by multiplying the two denominators together. So 4 times 6 is 24. But in this case, there's actually a simpler number that both of them go into. 12 is evenly divisible by 4, and 12 is also evenly divisible by 6. So that could be our common denominator. What do you multiply 4 by to get 12? Well, you multiply it by 3. What you do to the bottom, you also do to the top. 3 times 3 is 9. Divided by 3 times 4, which is 12. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing to the next fraction. What do you multiply 6 by to get to 12? You multiply it by 2. What you do to the top, you must do, what you do to the bottom, you must do to the top to keep it equivalent. 1 times 2 is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Good, we have the same common denominator. And now we do our addition. 9 plus 2 is 11. You keep your denominator the same, and our answer is 11/2. If you were to use the common denominator of 24, because 4 times 6 is 24, you'd actually still get the same answer. It wouldn't be wrong. You would have, what do you multiply 4 by to get to 24? Well, you multiply it by 6. What you do to the bottom, you have to do the top. We have 6 times 3 is 18. 6 times 24, 6 times 4 is 24. Plus, now it's the same thing. What do you multiply 6 by to get to 24? You multiply by 4. What you do to the bottom, you have to do the top. 1 times 4 is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. Now add your top numbers. We have 18 plus 4, excuse me, 18 plus 4 is 22. 22 over, you keep your denominator the same, so that's over 24, but now you can simplify. You can divide both of those, the top and bottom, by 2. 22 divided by 2 is 11. 24 divided by 2 is 12. And your simplified answer is 11/12. So you get to the same answer, it's just a little extra step there at the end. Alright, grade 8s, that's all I have for you today. Hopefully this helps you adding and subtracting fractions. Take care.